So, very warm welcome. We are group 11. Our project is laboratory reservation system. Now, in this video, we will discuss about our project in 4 stages. First one, we will have a general overview of our project, and we will discuss about the ER diagram and the relational mapping. Then after that, we will see what are the added features in our project, and there will be a full system demonstration. And after that, we will explain about the queries which we have used. And now you just jump into the our general view of our project here. This is the laboratory reservation system for our institute. So here generally a student can request a particular lab item, and that request will be sent to the technical officer, and he can issue the lab item. Now we will go a little deep into the ER diagram. So you can see the ER diagram. So you can see that red color ones are the entities, and the round one are the attributes of them, and you can see the relations in the blue color, and after that we will discuss about the cardinality. Okay, here after creating an account by providing the particular attributes, a student can request many lab items. So and one lab item can be requested by many students. So here many to many relationship builds up. Now we will see in technical officer view. So after the request after the student made a request, the technical officer can see the request, and he can decide whether to issue or whether to reject the request. And after he have after he issued the equipment, the technical officer can keep track of student, whether how long period of time the student is using a particular lab item, and when he have used over the time than the given time, the technical officer can impose a fine on them. So here technical officer can manage student. He can add a new entry for a student. Similarly, he can manage the lab item. He can introduce new lab item. He can remove a particular lab item. He can change the name of the. He can change the price of the lab item. Likewise, here 2 or 3 technical officer will be there and able to manage many lab items. Here also many to many relationship builds up. Okay. Similarly, 2 or 3 technical officer will be there and manages 2 or 3 students. Here also many to many relationship builds up. So this is our ER diagram, and we have discussed about our relational mapping, and you can see this diagram. This is very simplified diagram of it. You can get a clear understanding of what we have explained using this image. And now we will go into the database. This is our database named lab. So you can see the tables: cancel, request, find, table, issue, table, lab item, notification, request, students, technical officer, and technical officer notification.
So let's discuss the additional features that are included other than the initial requirement. So I'll go through this really quickly. So as you can see in this slide, so these are the additional features included in our system. So first one is the manage item by the technical officer. So technical officer can manage the item effectively. So he can edit, delete, and even add the item. And similarly, student management system by the CEO. So CEO can manage the student, edit, delete, and add student. And the next is change due dates. So Geo can able to change the due dates of the particular item when issuing. So when issuing an item, so he can able to set the due dates of the particular item while issuing. And the next one is final lost item. So let's say this scenario. So there will be 3 scenarios. So when returning the item, so student return the item before the due date, so it is a normal return. But what if the student exceeded the due date? So we want to find for the late return. And what if the student lost the item? So we want to find for the lost item, and we want to mark the item as lost. So we handled that scenarios here. So this is the added feature. And the next one is view history for the student. So in the student section, we have added a new section like view history. So student can able to see their issued item, their return dates, and their requested item, cancelled item, and fine item, and their fine amount as well. So, and the last but not the least, the notification feature. So we have included both in the TO and student. So uh, when any action performed, so student and the TO will be notified by in their notification section. So if I cancelled any request, so it will be notified here and also in the TO section as well. Let's move on to the system demonstration. So let's see how the system works. So I'll be covering three sections for the system demonstration. So first one is the login page, and second one is the student dashboard, and third one is the technical officer dashboard. So let's get into the login page. So this is the login page. So in this login page, we have three sections. So first one is for student login, and the second section is for technical officer login, and third one is for sign up page for the new students. So as I have no student email to login, so I'll sign up first. So and the registration is successful. So now I can log in into, so we can log in. So yeah, the login is successful. Likewise, we can also log into the technical officer dashboard. So I have the technical officer email ID. So and password. Yeah, I have entered the technical officer dashboard. So that's it. Okay, now let's see the demonstration of the student dashboard. So I will log into the student dashboard here. So I have successfully logged in. So as you can see in the top, so there are several tabs available for the navigation. And in the my profile page, we have some animation here and some quick access button and student name, student email here. And let's move to the next page, edit profile. Here we can able to edit our name, not name, edit profile. Yeah, profile updated successfully. And the next page we have changed the old password, so we can change our old password here. Can change the password to the password. Yeah, password updated successfully. And the next page we have view history page. So here we have drop down box, so we can able to see our issued item here, requested item here, cancelled item here, find item here. And is new to this laboratory, so he didn't have any issued item yet, so he didn't have any records yet, so we will see later. Here we have request item section, so we can able to request available items from the laboratory. So I'll give some request here. I'll have two microcontroller request, and then one wave generator and one digital multimeter. So we'll see in the view history. So yeah, I have requested these four items. So I can able to cancel request as well. So cancel one item from the microcontroller. So yeah, I cancel one item. I have looked into TO as well, so we can see the request in the TO table. Yeah, in the TO, all the requests from the student have come here, so I can able to issue or reject this request. So I can able to change the due date as well. I'll issue this one, I'll reject this one, I'll issue this one. Yeah, I'll see whether it's updated next. Yeah, so these two items are issued, and so these items are issued, and one item cancelled, and there's no item found yet. We'll see it later. And here we have the notification section. So all the activities will be notified here. So I have requested these items, then cancelled one item, then TO issued this microcontroller, and TO rejected this one, TO issued this one. Yeah, that's it. And we have lookout page here. Yeah, that's it for the student dashboard. Now let's see the demonstration of the technical officer dashboard. So I look into the technical officer dashboard, and I have successfully logged into the technical officer dashboard. So as you can see, it is very similar interface to the student dashboard, but we have some more options. here. So as you can see in the top we have the navigation buttons here to easily navigate through all the pages. And in the first page we have some animations here and quick access buttons and obviously name and email address. And in the next page we can able to edit our name here. Yeah, profile updated successfully, and then we can also change our old password here. Yeah, password updated successfully. Now let's move on to the next page, manage item. So here we have a drop down list. In this list we have 5 options: item table with ID, item table with count, available item with count, issued item with count, and lost item. In the item table with ID, all the items will be displayed here. So we can able to edit and delete. So I'll edit this one. And also I can able to delete, and also I can able to add any items. Like 5 items are considered successful. So the Raspberry Pi have been, all the Raspberry Pi has been inserted. And I'll move to the next option, item table with count. So in this list, all the items will be listed and their count also will be displayed here. And all the available item and their count will be listed here. And issued item with count, all the issued items and their count will be listed here. And lost item count will be listed here, along with fine amount and student ID who lost the items. And let's move to the next page, manage requests. Here all the requests from the students will be listed here. For example, I'll log into another student ID and I'll make some request here. I've already logged in with student ID, so I can make some request here. I'll make some request will be listed here. Yeah, as you can see on the request made listed here. So I can able to issue and reject them. I can also able to change the due date as well. So I will change it and I'll issue it, issue successfully. I can also reject request, able to issue. Now let's move on to the next sections. Now let's move on to the next page, manage student. Here I can able to edit the student. I can able to delete the student, and I can able to add the student as well. Now let's add some student name. I'll delete the student. Yeah, student deleted successfully. And let's move on to the next page, return item. So in this return item, also we have some options in the drop down list. We have issued item yet to be returned, all the details of the returned item, and find table item. In this return table, we have to handle 3 types of scenarios. First one is the student who is returning the item before the due date, so normal return scenario. So I can able to return this one. So item returned successfully, and this student have overdue, but this student returned this item, so I'll find late return this item, and this student lost their item, so I'll find for the lost item. So as you can see here, find table marked as lost. Let's move on to the next sections, notification section. Here all the activities of the TO and request from the student will be notified here, and we have logged out page here.
We are in the final part of the video. Now we will discuss about the query. Here we will see the inserting new query. So this scenario will be used for sign up purposes, for adding new items by the technical officer purposes. Here what happened means it going to insert the insert the particular values for the student table for the column email, password and name. This is how, for here is a example picture. So here this is for the login page. So in login page we will insert a particular email ID and login, and all the details about us should be come. So for similar purposes we use this. So in this query it select all the columns from the student whose email is matching with the email in the post email method. Okay, this happened, and you can see the example. This update query. So here this is for the scenarios while like editing our profile, editing the items detail, editing the existing item details, such that. So here what happened means the in the student table for the field of password going to be changed by the new password for those whose emails are going to be matched with the session email. So the value in the session email. So this what happened here. You can see the example. This is the request item query. This is show what are the items have requested by the student. So here all the record from the request table get collected for those student whose email address is equal to the value in the session email. Okay, you can see the example. Query tells the issue history. Okay, so here all the records from the issue table is selected where the particular student having the particular email address which is stored in the session email. Here the two tables are connected, issue table and the student table are connected through a student ID. The cancel query, this will show those requests get cancelled by the technical officer. Here all the records from the cancel request table get collected where the particular student having the particular email address value stored in the session email. Here also the two tables are connected, student table and the cancel request table through the student ID. Here I need the item's current availability number. So here I have used this query for that. I will here what in this query what happened means it uses the issue table to find out what are the items that are get returned and what are the items are never been issued, and with the its ID with the ID it goes to the item table and it group by the name and count and store the value in the available count. This is how this available count is get. Cancelling the request, this query will delete the most recent request for a specific student and specific item from the request table, and here the deletion will take by each record one by one. So in the technical officer query at the edit page and the change password, the queries are very similar to those we discussed in the student queries. So here in the manage item there is a little change because when I am going to delete an item from the record, I should put an unable to delete those items which were issued. So for that I have written a check query where it will collect the record from the issue table where the item ID is same as the $ID and the return date is null. So for those items I cannot delete. That's the thing. Here the issued count query tells the particular item how many times it have been issued. Here using the left join, the item ID, the item table and the issue table get connected, and then it's get grouped by the name and the count is represented here. So this query will select the all record from the request table with the order of timing it requested. So okay, and this available item query will identify and retrieves the smallest item ID of the return item with the same name as the item intended for issuing, ensuring that the system can allocate the appropriate available item for issuance. Okay, so this is the example. So this insert cancel query is used to maintain a record of a rejected request into a separate table called cancel request. This is useful for maintaining a history of the requests that were not fulfilled or were cancelled by the system. So this is the return item. There are in the returning phase there are three actions you have to consider. One is return, another one is find for the return, and find for the lost item. So this is the query. This query is will tell about the item that are issued but not yet returned but not lost. Okay, that's it. So the item query here fetches the student ID, issued student ID, and item name, which is lab item name, and item ID, which is issued item ID for a particular issue and event, means that issue ID, and then it combines the data from the issued and the lab item tables to provide a comprehensive detail about the item that was issued. So here in both of these, the left join is used here. So this find query fetches all the columns from the find table along with the name, that means item name of the each item that the find partition to it. This allows the viewing detailed information about the find alongside the specific item they are associated with, leveraging a join operation to link data from the both tables. This is our query return for the notification. So query notification is select all the record from the technical officer notification ordered by in the order of descending order, and the query student ID will select the student ID from the student table where the student email is equal to the value stored in the email. So this is that, and finally we will go to the contribution of the group members. This is our contribution. So the ER diagram is done by Nadiskar, relational mapping is done by Jonathan, database creation done by both. Similarly, CSS and HTML and login page module were done by both of them. And finally, the student dashboard module was done by Nadiskar, and technical officer module was done by Jonathan, and SQL queries and testing of the system, assignment 1, 2 and assignment 3 submissions were done by both of them. So finally, thank you very much. That's it.